Distracted driving is a huge problem with our teens and is what causes most of the teen deaths on our Texas roads. Distracted driving and speed.
Data shows roughly 4% of drivers in the U.S. are between the ages 15 through 19, but that small group is more often involved in serious crashes. Fatal crashes for these youth are 3 times higher than those over the age of 19, according to the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. Kenneth Mayo, a teacher for the ACIT Driving Academy, says getting a driver's license for the first time can be exciting, but can also be dangerous.
They have that newfound freedom and the music's playing and they just want to have fun with the windows rolled down, and they may not realize how much danger they're really putting themselves in.
Contributors to unsafe driving includes texting, drinking, friends in the car, and speeding.
When they get used to driving out on the highway outside the city limits, they get used to driving 70 and 75, and they don't realize how it's important and why the speed limit changes inside and how that makes a big difference in what they're doing.
Sherry Lanham, owner of the ACIT Driving Academy, believes getting teens involved in driver's education will prevent wrecks and save lives.
They learn a lot in the classroom of what not to do. They watch personal videos on personal testimony of teens that have caused deaths on the road.
The study that ranked Texas as second deadliest for teen drivers cross-referenced the state's fatality rates with the ages of drivers who died. Rhode Island came in first. Shakina Davis, East Texas News Weekend.
According to the CDC, motor vehicle crashes are the leading cause of death for teens in the U.S.